We've had quite a few subs, and thank you so much, but honestly, I'm a little bit behind time, so let's go ahead and reveal our GMs, because on the left, GM the Mythmaker, the person who can't seem to get off of this screen, Bangera. Our second GM is going to be the one who is capable of excess cruelty, Tristan. And third, Iron GM4nde, the one, the only, the one who disappeared for a little while but is actually here right now, Kowal. Now, remember, if they chose the same GM, they got that GM. If they chose different GMs, they get a different, or they get the one that neither of them chose. First, Liz chose Tristan, and we also had our other person, Kusogr4nde, choose Tristan, which means that Tristan is going to be our master for today. Everybody get excited. Go ahead and kick back and get ready for whatever Tristan is bringing us for today. Hello there, Tristan.
Hello.
Wait, was that Tristan?
I think so.
This does not sound like Tristan.
Yeah, my voice connection is solid red right now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that is you. Okay, there we go. You sound a little bit more standard.
Yeah, Discord got very unhappy with my voice connection when I hopped in. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine now.
Discord? How could you do this, Discord? It's okay. You know what? I think that we're ready to reveal the game that you have. Honestly, you always have a little bit of a quirky nature from what I've seen, and I do not know this game.
You don't? Everyone knows this game. It's the game that stars a yellow orb that runs around in a maze collecting pills and power pills to destroy ghosts.
Oh, Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I know. You're saying Pac-Man.
No, not Pac-Man.
Okay.
Ghouls for the Amstrad CPC.
Oh yeah, the infamous Ghouls here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know nothing about this. Is this essentially a bootleg Pac-Man?
No, this is someone got the idea of Pac-Man and decided to make it into a platformer.
Okay, it's a platforming Pac-Man. You know,
Pretty much.
I can dig that. That sounds like a good game.
So, when I was doing research on this, I found about half a dozen attempted Let's Plays of this on YouTube, and all of them end in 15 minutes after trying in vain for somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes to get past the first jump, and then they died in the second jump.
Wait, are you? Okay. This is gonna be fun then.
There's going to be a lot of death.
And tears, I assume.
Yes, because we're not entirely certain. I'm not entirely certain how far anyone's going to get. I've decided to make this score-based because that actually makes more sense.
I think that's probably a good idea. I do want everybody to know, by the way, that our Kusogr4nde has evolved from a typical human being into the cheat, which is the icon that he's using right there. It's a beautiful little icon. Oh my gosh, I can't remember any games for the Amstrad.
The Amstrad was mostly Spectrum and MSX ports, really bad ones too. This game actually came out on multiple platforms, and I've chosen this one specifically because in the port, they did something wrong. The controls are real slippery, and it just makes it almost completely unplayable. It's amazing.
Oh, that's hopeful. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's no way this is gonna be good though. Like,
No.
Okay, I'm still working on getting everything set up. I do want to give a shout out to the people who have subscribed recently as well. Fricassee, Kawoa Smith, Devil Ray resubscribing. We also had other people throughout the match. AMN Maddie, Joey Gatorman did as well. We had somebody donate money as well, $100 earlier. I think that was at the end of yesterday. It was GM Marshmallow. They said, "This absolves me of all guilt in being a GM in Kusogr4nde because now I've paid my dues. Sucks to be you, players." Thank you very much, our fellow Marshmallow. Yeah, we've got plenty of prizes here. Honestly, that is going to be extremely helpful, covering some of the costs here. So thank you, everybody. Not required, but it helps. Oh, it helps. I'm almost ready, by the way, Tristan. Is there anything else I need to know about this other than crappy platforming Pac-Man?
Actually, yes. I do have to give a bit of a warning that at the end of each level, the jingle at the end of the level is about 6 times louder than the normal beeps and boops of the game.
Oh, yay! I love it. Who's doing audio, by the way?
Liz is doing audio.
Yay,
We
Liz.
may. There's no music. There's just like really weird, like I said, beeps and boops. We may decide. I'll leave it up to you to just like dip on the audio and do music or something. But we'll get into it and decide that as we go, I guess.
We'll see. Okay, let me go ahead and turn Liz Star's audio up. And yeah, I hear literally nothing. So,
There's nothing right now.
okay. Well, I want to get started ASAP. That means as soon AP. Okay, I'm checking right now with the players if they are ready to begin. Everybody, if you have Pac-Man images or what else appears in here?
Ghosts, Pac-Man, pills, a whole lot of death.
Okay, pills, ghosts, death. Go ahead and spam away. By the way, quick story here. Situated in a deadly haunted mansion, you have to rescue your power jewels from the horrid ghosts that stole them. But this is not as easy as it sounds. On your trek, on your trek around the house, you're confronted with spooky ghosts, cracked and contracting floorboards, moving platform springs, and deadly spikes. By eating one of the spray power jewels, you can overpower and paralyze the ghost for a few seconds, so helping you in your quest. ... And I am doing the countdown. Feel free to keep spamming, everybody, because we are starting as soon as I am, as soon as I see movement in the stage.
So I'm expecting a game over in the first 60 seconds.
Okay, yeah, this is typical audio, is what I'd say. Spectre's Lair.
So right off the bat, we have these red spikes here in the middle of the first platform. That is a pixel-perfect jump.
Oh, Szechuan Steve made it, but then fell to his death.
Yeah, there's also falling death. If you fall more than about half of a floor, you die.
Oh, this is not good. So
No, it's not.
it's actually a pixel perfect jump.
Yes.
We have an hour of this, Tristan.
Yes.
I love the enthusiasm there. Okay, just so everybody knows, does this have any flashing?
No, it does not. Not to my knowledge.
Okay, it's just got really bad audio. Oh, Liz accidentally looped around.
Yeah, I could not figure out. I gave this game to my roommate, and the first time they got past those spikes, they screen wrapped and died, and I could not replicate it.
Oh no, you have to walk along with the platform, but at this speed... Okay, talk to me about the controls, because this looks bad.
Yeah, so the controls are, Z is left, X is right, and shift is jump.
Okay, and do you stop moving if you let go?
Yeah, kind of eventually.
Well, this is bad. I'm very happy.
Yeah, this this is gonna be an experience. I believe after about an hour of testing, I got up to about a 33 to 45% success rate on getting over the first obstacle in the game.
The
Oh, by the way,
platform
bonking
kills
on the
you?
platform kills you.
Are you serious? Oh,
Everything kills you.
By the way, Steve is doing a little ridiculously well at the moment.
Yeah, so this is where things are going to get interesting. I deliberately went with score attack here because you can do things like at the top floor, go to the left and get some extra dots, or just try to make progress. Now, the way score works, um,
Poor Liz. I'm so sad.
yeah, the way score works is you get score for vertical progress toward the goal, and you will, like, if you watch Steve score while he bounces up and down, his score is going up and down as he goes up and down.
Yeah. Uh, Basically, what I understand is whatever shows up on the high score screen is the score that they get for that attempt.
Yeah, because it's you can fall and lose all of your score.
I don't know
Steve
how
is
Steve died
screaming.
there.
Yeah, he's screaming at the moment. I love it.
Szechuan Steve does have a camera up and is definitely displaying a few emotions. How far were you able to make it in this game?
I got to the end of level 3. There are, I believe, 4 levels, but I don't think anyone's going to get very far into it. And if they do, the game loops, so they get more of this.
Oh no. Liz! The platform! Oh, this game is unacceptable. I'm already judging it that much, okay? I like how when the level starts, it gets really creepy sounding. It's like...
I love the drawing effect when the level starts.
It's actually pretty cool. Okay, Steve has gotten up to 925 for the score. That is pretty good. Definitely a good start here.
That's real solid. And yeah, when I first saw that level opening effect, I called it a frame buffer effect, and then immediately realized how silly that was for this platform. But it looks like a frame buffer effect if, you know, this were 10 years later.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It is. You know what? I feel like we may want a little music. If chat demands it, I don't know if they demand it, or do they like to keep it hissing at us like this?
That's why I said we may want to opt for that, and I did tell the racers that we may just dip out on the audio.
I'm going to keep their audio on, but whatever. We can go ahead and have this be a little bit louder. Liz is like, I'm going to start over.
This is valid. I have been taking down their high scores as they game over. The high score table isn't saved because the disk is read-only, but, you know, that's all fine.
Oh, it's fine. There we go. We've got some wizards and warriors. And some of the sound effects in the game actually sound like wizards and warriors sound effects. Very, very appropriate.
Somewhat.
Oh my gosh, Liz! The platform!
Just that slow fade out after you die, too, is just infuriating when you're trying to actually make progress.
Yeah, I would agree there. It's... Oh my gosh. This is 0% okay. Just this game. Rip off Pac-Man. Pac-Man never should have been a platformer, but if so, don't make pixel-perfect jumps at the very beginning. From what I can see, this was published by Micropower Limited. They did publish a few other games around that era, but honestly, I see nothing that looks familiar here.
Liz is asking if Steve is having problems with spikes.
I think everybody's having problems. This game, by the way, was written by Mike Chilton, from what I can see, who worked on games like Age of Empires Definitive Edition, Drive Club, the Battlestar Galactica game, Looney Tunes Back in Action, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Zool. All the classics, all of them. Let's see.
So my question is, what version did the original author write, and who wrote this port? Because I feel like a lot of what makes this game bad is side effects of the port job. Because in the Commodore version, you don't move at 1,000,000 miles an hour like you do in this one.
See, I'm having a hard time finding specifically for the Amstrad CPC. I think they didn't want to tell who worked on that one.
No blame.
David Hoskins is the one who wrote it originally for the Commodore, and he also made a kart racer for DOS later in the 90s because everybody made a kart racer. Oh, he made multiple super karts, manic karts. Thank you. RC Revenge. Yeah, that seems... Oh, and he made one of the Paris-Dakar games.
Oh, good.
2003, okay, not quite the same as we're used to. Okay, Liz, starting back in the Spectre's lair. How long is the Spectre's lair?
It's literally just a screen, and then you get a different area.
How is this so bad? I mean, I sort of understand. They just, Here's what this likely suffered from, okay, Tristan? I'm going to think out loud. Because when developers are the ones who test games, they're used to the levels so much that it's a lot easier for them to make these really precise jumps and really precise movements. So, simply put, if you're developing a game, having somebody else test it makes a huge difference. That didn't really happen in the 80s, though. Ever.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not entirely sure this was tested very much.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably agree with you. Liz learning that jumping to the moving platform is easier than walking onto it.
Yeah, that's a high score for Liz this attempt so far.
Yeah, that is really good. I'm glad that she's having a pretty good push right now. Steve has a little bit of work. Honestly, what you could do is just get to the top, or get a bunch of collectibles on the first stage 3 times, or however many lives you have, and then just die in order to get a high score like that.
Yeah, that's perfectly valid. I wanted to leave some options besides straight progress, and probably one of the most valid options if you get into level 2 and just can't do anything is what you just said. Get everything in the Spectre's lair and then die, and then do it again and again.
Oh yeah. I think that's a pretty good chance. Yeah, Liz is definitely getting some progress here. Steve's still in the lead, but honestly, I think that the players need to think about the metagame. How are they going to get that high score? Is dying over and over going to help? Possibly.
Yeah, we need more matches with a small degree of metagame to them, in my opinion.
I would agree, yeah. It's, just a straightforward linear progress is not always the most entertaining to watch. I am a huge fan of having matches that have slightly different rules. It's good. Also, this Doom 2 music is strangely appropriate.
Oh, I thought you said Doom Tube.
No, 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 no. I mean, one of those is known a little bit more around here than, you know, the other one, but... So, question. Because I know that you probably didn't have an Amstrad when you were a kid, is what I'm guessing.
Correct.
So, where did you find this masterpiece, or is that something that you don't want to spoil?
So when we built the tools to do the Kusogr4nde race stuff, you know, we built a kit we could give to the runners to do a bunch of stuff. Corndan had mentioned that he was able to get Amstrad support in because we threw in everything we could. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me see what I can find. And I went trolling on some, like AmstradPower.com is a old, or a retro Amstrad review and hacking and homebrew sites. And I found a review of this where they're just like, this is awful. And I went and looked up YouTube videos of it. And every YouTube video of this is 15 minutes of the YouTuber just trying to beat the first level and dying to that spike over and over and over again. And I went, this is perfect.
Yeah, I'm glad that you put work into playing this.
I picked it up myself. I was able to get to level 3 a grand total of once.
Yeah, Liz is saying in Discord that this game is very slippery, and I think that that is very difficult for players to see because it doesn't look slippery. How long does it take to stop?
You stop... So you stop kind of instantly, except the way your position is stored seems to be far more granular than a pixel. So like you tap left, and you kind of move multiple pixels. Also, you move very fast for a game like this.
Yeah, I can see that. I like this really creepy sound at the beginning of the level. It's my favorite part of this game right now. By the way, there is a timer at the top right. It says bonus, but is that actually a death timer as well?
I never lived long enough to tell.
I mean, Moby Game says that you die if you don't complete it by the end, but they could be lying. Wouldn't be the first time.
So just to review, the scores I have written down right now is Steve's in the lead with 925 from one attempt, and Liz has a 740. But we're 15 minutes in, and anything could happen.
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
is under the horrid hall. I guess we have a couple of people in chat who actually had this as a Wii thing, and that's...
no.
I mean, at least confirms that the game actually exists and is not some kind of fever dream that I accidentally made real somehow. Oh, Steve, no!
Steve, the ghost popped out of the platform and murdered you.
It wasn't the ghost. The side and bottom of moving platforms is fatal.
I just like to imagine there's a ghost living in the platform. How did he die there, though? Can you explain that?
Falling damage from the spring.
Oh. I mean, of course.
Yeah. You bounce high enough that if you don't go onto the platform to the left of the spring, you take falling damage and die.
You know, I could have told you that, Tristan. Yeah, it might actually just be everybody watching who's having a fever dream right now because, jeez. Yeah. Would I allow this on...
2 points short of a PB for Steve. How unfortunate.
No. Would I allow this on my channel, Tristan? Would I allow this on Kusogr4nde? I think I have higher standards than that.
No, you don't.
We're all dreaming. Oh yeah, and you listening to this, just like you heard yesterday, you may or may not be in a coma. See, I gotta keep messing with people like this, Tristan, because that's what you hear when you're in a coma, so you know you have to wake up, but now people are like, am I Am I not?
When I was in college, I took a introductory psych course in one of those like auditorium lectures with like 200 students. And the professor one day decided to prank his wife, who also worked on campus, by having the entire class like spread out along a route he knew she walked, and just walked by her and one by one said things like, "You're dreaming, wake up."
Oh, that's kind.
Yeah, it was horrifying. And then we had to have a discussion on basically gaslighting after that.
That's probably a good discussion to have. Everybody, I'm just a liar, okay? So don't listen to me. That's all that's happening. I'm a big fat liar. Oh, Steve! Why are all of the stupid spikes this rude?
Yeah, I think this game would be a lot better. Still not good, but at least more playable if you didn't start with a pixel perfect spike jump and then there were more of them later in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Also, an hour of this like theremin music was probably not the best choice I've ever made.
You're fine. So we are moving on. Steve is definitely in the lead at this point. Remember, this time we are doing score attack. Whoever gets the highest score takes the victory, and it's not going to be at any given point. It's after getting a game over. Because you can lose points by falling.
Right. Oh, Steve!
How do you
That's
jump
a
on the
PB, though.
platform? How?
It's a pixel perfect jump like the rest.
I mean, of course it's pixel perfect. Why wouldn't it be pixel perfect? Oh, Listar. Taken to death right there. This is so rough. Liz is definitely not a fan of the spikes. Can't blame her. I'm not either.
No, so the way to answer a question in chat, the way the score works is in addition to getting score for picking up dots and whatnot, you get score for your vertical progress on the screen, and if you fall, you lose that score.
Oh, Liz getting a game over right there. Still top 8. Yeah, we've got 740 points on Lizstar's high score there. Steve has topped the 1,000 mark. Not by much, but, you know, that still is definitely a lead. Honestly, all you need is one good push. It doesn't matter how many failures you have as long as you have one good attempt. Liz has actually almost gotten to the end of stage 1 multiple times.
Yeah, fortunately, we haven't had our ears blown out by the end of level jingle yet. You said you had left the sound on and just played music on top of it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be real interesting when Liz reaches the end of this level and the jingle plays, because it's real loud.
I'm not muting it, at least the first time. So everybody, if you want to know when you're going to be scared to death, just watch Liz's screen. Otherwise, you can be surprised just like me.
Oh. So Steve is consistently getting to the end of round 1 now, which is real solid.
Yeah, the thing is, though, getting to the end of round 1 doesn't really get you too many points. It gets you like 300 or so. So, honestly, Steve needs to learn level 2 at this point in order to break past that 1,000-point mark. Is anyone winning? I would normally say the audience. Yeah, I think I'm winning. I'm winning. Steve, otherwise, is currently in the lead.
Oh, there's another thing I forgot to mention. The placement of the ghost in each level is random for each life, and it can just spawn in a position where you're screwed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I love it.
Uh-huh. I figured it'd be fine because we're gonna have enough enough attempts that it will average out.
Yes. And everybody watching, this is not the most typical match because we're doing it based off of whoever gets the highest score. Steve is definitely in the lead and maybe extending the lead. Nope.
No. This is Ghouls. There's always death. Steve is wondering if Liz is getting stuck at the same place he is, and no. But this game is quite rude.
They're gonna share where they are. Oh no, Liz is now gonna know.
Yeah, well.
Uh-oh. So I'm not going to correct him because right now, you know what? Discord is part of the metagame. Liz thinks that she's ahead of Steve based off of how far they made it through the stage because... oh no, Liz is realizing that he said level 2, not level 1.
Yeah, so I think what happened there was Steve said he'd gotten to level 2, and I think Liz understood that to mean floor 2 of level 1.
Yeah.
Oh, what a game.
It's very much a game, yeah.
I love the, like, good-natured, like, the best way I can describe it is good-natured rage out of Steve.
Yeah,
because he's like laughing
guy.
and grinning, but he's also gesturing wildly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, luckily, each attempt really only takes a minute or two. If you end up dying at the beginning, it's not really too bad. But it still feels frustrating because of the red screen coming down and taking a long time to actually start your second life or your third life. I think that would frustrate me.
It's just this slow boiling, like, insult that you've died and now you have to watch this happen for like 10 seconds.
Yep. Okay, there goes Liz. Oh, no!
Steve is trying to, like, pause buffer the very precise jumps now, which is a strat.
It could work. Honestly, that's completely acceptable if there's pausing inside. Steve is currently writing in Discord that he may have found something helpful, which I think is that pause strat.
I'm gonna laugh if you can actually pixel perfect position the character with pausing.
There.
It doesn't seem to be working for him, though. I may have to go into witness protection after this.
You know what? Same with the rest of the stream. I don't know. I think you might have to do the opposite of that and you know, go on trial because of this.
Maybe.
Everybody in chat, you are now his jury of his peers. Trust me, you're not going to find his peers anywhere else. Oh. Liz.
Now I have the mental image of a marshmallow with a katana appearing behind me and saying nothing personal.
Uh-oh. That's scary.
It's a little horrifying.
At least it's not a jury of your pairs, though, because that would get weird. Seriously, having fruit sitting in a courtroom?
You know, at least it wouldn't be a jury of, like, Grey Witch. That would just be bad.
I'd kind of be okay with that. That could be fun. Oh, that jump! Yeah, I don't know. Liz is having a really difficult time with that jump above the platform. Yeah, my question with that... Oh, Steve, you weren't getting past that. Why is there
Why
a
is
ghost
there a ghost there in all caps?
Ah. I am very okay with this game. Let's just say that out of all the things from the Amstrad that you could have thrown on to the barbecue today, this is a pretty good one. Oh, Steve!
This game, almost every jump is close to pixel perfect, if not pixel perfect, and the moment you think you have a rhythm or a flow state and you get confident, it bites you.
Yeah. I love that the pills just instantly kill the ghosts.
With that, like, balloon popping sound.
Yeah. By the way, we still have over half an hour of this left. It still is anyone's match.
Yeah, you can actually do a full loop of this game in about, I want to say, 3 to 5 minutes if you just do it perfectly. You can get to level 3 and pass Steve's high watermark in like 2 minutes.
Liz!
But you gotta be, really, really good.
Like, I'm really trying not to yell because Justin is right next to me and he's not the biggest fan of when I'm yelling, but I really want to yell about this because it's so frustrating. It was so close. Like, this is definitely a game that if I were playing, I would be yelling pretty much the entire time. It's like Roppet level of frustrating. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think that the fact that nobody on YouTube is able to play this game kind of gives me hope. Because nobody should be able to play this game.
I'm getting... There we go.
That was good music. And Liz is definitely going to be getting a high score here. That was fine music. It was perfect.
It was a little spicy, but it was good music. Welcome to spring.
Yeah.
That's a PB, but it's not the lead, unfortunately.
Not quite enough, but that's fine. This game is rude.
So anyway, I was gonna say, I have, I think, 2 sub games that I haven't actually cashed in yet. I could make you play this for 2 hours.
Oh no. I do need to do sub game night sometime really soon. There is another marathon that I'm helping with this next weekend. Helping with as in I'm doing some hosting and I'm playing a game. So at least after that, I'll be back to sanity.
The score counts backwards if you fall, because a portion of your score is your vertical progress up the level, and you can fall.
Isn't that nice? What a good video game. What fantastic design. We are going based off of score when they get to the high score screen. If they do lose points, it affects them.
That dance Liz did with the ghost to keep it from descending upon her was amazing.
Liz is pretty good at the dance. It's good stuff.
The ghost dance.
Wow.
Oh no. That's a PB for Steve.
Hey, Steve. Steve is definitely doing well here. Like, honestly, I'm a little bit surprised because he's a newcomer this year, I believe, or at least, you know, Lizstar has done fantastic in the past. We are into the losers bracket here, which, I mean, everybody goes and loses a match every now and then. It happens to everybody, but, you know. Oh, wait, Royal Blue Wizard is saying this is our first Kusogr4nde? Am I delusional, Tristan?
I plead the fifth on that one.
Wait, does that mean that you would go to jail if you said?
Okay, I plead whatever lets me not incriminate you.
That's... Oh, yeah, I want that. Okay. Yep. Yeah, it's completely right, completely correct, because they are both newcomers from what I can see this year. So, yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get back out of my delusional mindset of that Lizstar has been playing in Kusogr4nde for ages, and just go ahead. Wow, that music. That was pretty good. Because both of them are new this year. So Lizstar is onto level 2. Honestly, I think that exploring level 2 is going to be extremely helpful for making a good push here.
So to remind people what the controls are, the keyboard controls are Z and X to move left and right and shift to jump. There's also the option of using the gamepad, which is just D-pad and a single button, and that's it. I think Liz is using the keyboard and Steve may be using a gamepad. Steve didn't mention what he was using.
Oh no! Oh, the platform is so bad.
Yeah, that platform is rude. It took me several tries to get that. I had such a problem, like, getting anywhere in this game because I couldn't find an Amstrad emulator that actually did save states properly, so I had to do this legit.
I love it. You know what? Save states are for the weak.
Okay, I'm weak then. I don't care. I mean, if I'm not having fun with the game, I'm gonna do something to make it fun, you know? But I'm also not a Kusogr4nde racer where they can't do that.
Good point. Oh, 10-20 for Liz. That's a new high score.
Oh, and she's not done yet, by the way. She has one more life.
Oh, what?
Yep.
Oh, that's going to be helpful. Yeah, essentially, they've made the same progress, but remember, we are judging this match based off of who gets the high score. So, you know, even if they get stuck at the same place, it isn't going to matter too much. Oh, there goes Liz. 13-14, I believe. I think that's a 4.
Yes. Yeah, she was able to pull ahead because she was able to get to the second level with all of her lives and made multiple attempts. But Steve's about to pull ahead here if he can hold it together. He's on his last life.
Yeah. It's looking hopeful for Steve. There we go. We had a lead change followed by another lead change. And the platform.
1384.
1384. That was good. Good. Wow, this match just got ridiculously close.
Yeah, there are 70 points dividing both racers.
Wow, thank you very much, Nightbot. You jerk.
Both of them said in chat that they just got a new high score, so...
Yep.
They know they're possibly close.
I'm glad that Liz has managed to figure out level 1 and actually make some pretty solid progress there. That is... Oh! Well. Blah. That's death.
Every time you praise a racer, they immediately fall and die.
Welcome to coincidences, Tristan. That's
I
all it
just
is.
figured you were like Final Attraction, but for speed runs and races.
I mean, that might
Final
also be true.
Destination.
Final Attraction.
Yeah, Well, I don't know where that came from. Final Destination.
Yeah, Liz is falling a lot right now. Honestly, it's just I feel like the score in this game is so arbitrary. There are things that you can do to definitely increase your score, but they don't help you get through the level. Like, at all.
Well, if you get to level 2 with more lives, you're able to get higher on the screen. You're able to pick up that power pellet for a free 100 more often, and you get more points. I think it's not immediately logical, but it is consistent.
Yeah, I think that Liz is commenting in Discord that she feels like she's getting too hasty, and I think I would probably agree. Honestly, once you start getting towards the end of a match, you just want to rush. You want to be done with it. You want to get a good push, but you have to be patient. If you start worrying and stressing out, you may end up losing a good playthrough.
Yeah, definitely. With how precise everything has to be to get anywhere in this game, you have to take things very slow and deliberate.
Oh my gosh. By the way, I did notice that every second on the bonus, when it goes down one, you actually get 5 points. So there's another strategy because it does have 50 quote-unquote seconds. You could actually get to the top of the stage and then just wait, let the time run out.
Yeah, it looks like the only purpose of bonus is to actually give you score for delaying, which that's interesting.
Yeah, I would. You know what? All you have to do is have one good playthrough in order to get a high score, and if it takes you longer than any other playthrough, huge deal. Hey, Steve, it just got 1348.
That is not a PB for him. He has a 1384 at the moment, but it's a real solid attempt.
Liz is... I think Liz knows that she needs to go for the platform, but she really does not want to. Oh no, the ghost is back! Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's death. Yeah, I think the metagame is going to be interesting because we're starting to get close to the end of time. They really just need to figure out how to rank, how to get that score up.
Right, and I didn't actually give them much of any information on how score is tabulated because I didn't know all the ways you could get score myself. I figured I'd let them figure it out as they go and use that information.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And there goes Liz.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the deal there is you got to time getting on that platform perfectly, and it's real rough, and it's right at the end of level 2 where you can just mess up and lose your last life, and you have to go all the way through the game again to do another attempt.
Yeah, both of the players are... Liz is actually saying that she kind of likes it. She likes this more than the snowboarding game, Tristan. And I was trying to be nice with that game. I guess too bad.
I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know. Every player has their own opinion about what they like and what they don't. I mean, that's sort of like what makes life exciting anyway. You never know who's going to like something or not.
Yeah, when I said that we were going to do a score attack, she was pretty happy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing score attacks for some old arcade-style games. It's fun. I really enjoy it. but this game is definitely not the easiest game in the world.
I like how consistent both of them have gotten at jumping over that spike. It's far more consistent than I got. Of course, I say that, and
oh, baby. Okay, we are starting to get down to, you know what, they still have plenty of time for several attempts.
oh yeah, this is it feels like it's been about 3 hours, but it's only been 42 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I know I got past the end of level 2, but I vetted this a very long time ago, and I do not remember how I did it. This has been in my my list since I want to say before even the start of group stages. I think this was one of the first games I found. I wanted to make sure we had 2 really good racers before I unloaded it. Otherwise, we would have an hour of stubbing your toe on the spikes in level 1.
Yeah. Honestly, like, the fact that it's so precise is extremely frustrating, I think, for any player. Yeah. There we go. Liz manages to get past level 1 again, moving on to level 2. And
I wasn't sure, okay, but
Liz is asking right now, did you ever figure out how to get past that platform? And Steve has not. Yeah. I think they're both just kind of laughing at how ridiculous this is.
it's very valid to laugh at this. Steve is just of the opinion that he needs to get good. Which, no, this game is just terrible. That's the short of it.
Honestly, you know, I'm thinking about this game because usually I say if the game designers are thinking and they, you know, they're going to give you a way to get through it. And unfortunately, the way to get through it with this is just do it pixel perfect and pretty much frame perfect. And that's how you get through it. I wish I could say there was an easier way, because most of the time games do give something a little bit easier, but this is not one of those cases.
Yeah, and this game does have a certain charm to it. I try to make sure everything I pick is actually charming or engaging in some way. And this is just little Pac-Man on legs is too cute, basically.
Okay, they asked for a rank check. Steve is currently in the lead. Liz Star trailing a little bit behind. What were the scores for them at this point?
1314 to 1384.
Okay. Honestly, it's a very close race at this point. Yeah, Steve definitely has that 70-point lead, but it's, you know, honestly, it could change. Anybody could win. But as per tradition, I do not tell people how far somebody is in the lead. That's not fair. Emulator crash. I don't believe there was an emulator crash. Just Liz decided to reload rather than just die over and over and over again. I don't know if... Yeah, reloading would probably be faster than anything else.
I actually told them that hitting escape instantly ends your run, and that was not remembered or not noticed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, if it's there in the chat.
Oh, Steve got on the platform and then bounced right off.
No! Steve! Wow.
So, something I've neglected to mention is this is one of those games where if you hold jump, you infinitely buffer the jump.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's like, OMG, I landed it, but I kept jump held like an idiot. At least he knows it's possible. The thing is, typing that in Discord actually gives Liz information that, guess what, you may be able to do that. You know, I figured out a way that will make jumps a little bit more consistent as well. Actually, I wonder, if you jump, can you move left or right after you jump? Or do you just jump straight up?
No, it's Castlevania jumping.
So what you can do in order to like take away some of the preciseness is you jump and then you hold over and keep holding jump, because then you jump straight up and then you jump over when you land.
Oh yeah, I did that in a Kusogr4nde race, I think last season, but it had similar jump mechanics. I determined that if you need a pixel perfect jump, you position yourself pixel perfect, jump straight up, and then buffer right and jump, and there you go.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, that's what they should be doing for a lot of these jumps. They haven't figured that out, though. But it definitely is a strategy that would make life easier.
Chad is saying that while I was pontificating, Liz got a new high score. I'll have to check that on the high score table.
I think it was Steve that got that score.
Yeah, because I didn't see it.
Thank you so much, Kid Cool, for appearing in my playlist.
How's that going anyway?
Don't ask.
Okay.
Just about that well. Honestly, like, this is the best set of stages out of the game, so whatever. I can deal with listening to some of the music. Yeah, Liz is definitely saying that the worst part of this game is the frame-perfect jumps. And I would agree, you gotta find a way to cheese it. If you can find a way to get that cheese, then you're gonna be successful and take the lead. Like,
Liz stubbed her toe on a ghost.
oh no, Liz! Not the ghost.
Oh. How did Liz do that? Liz somehow broke the auto start for the game. I don't know.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it happens sometimes with some of these older consoles.
I love the high score screen sound effect. It sounds like a dial-up modem.
Oh yeah.
So we have about 10 minutes left, and yeah, Steve has a very slim lead with the high watermark score of 1384.
It still could go either way. Like, there's still plenty of hope for the players.
Oh yeah, this isn't over until a game over at like 59 minutes.
It's not over till it's over, yeah. Even then, one last really quick push might be enough.
Now, I didn't explicitly allow them to like finish their current run if time runs out, because I felt these runs were so short, we didn't need to.
That
so
is
I figure
fair enough.
Once time is called, that's going to be it. Because the last time I did a score attack was Crash Dummies for the Master System, but that was 10 to 15 minute attempts if you got a good one going, so I let them finish their attempt. Here, I guess we don't need to do that because the attempts last about 7 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh my gosh. It's...
No one has made it to level 3. Steve got feet on the platform that takes you to the end of 2 once and then fell off. Also, Liz just clipped into a wall. It's fine.
It happens to everybody at least once in their life, you know?
I'm pretty sure jumping straight up is not the way to go. I think you have to do a forward running jump to get on that platform.
You might be right, yeah.
How many levels are there? There are either 3 or 4, depending on what this port goes with. I want to say 4. The Commodore 64 version has 4 levels. The Acorn Archimedes version has 3, if I recall correctly.
Oh my gosh. Liz could get a high score depending on how the... Oh no! Oh my gosh.
Rosentia! The commentator's curse.
Wow. You can't just blame me every time, Tristan.
I can, because Kowal isn't here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Not that sorry, but a little sorry.
Fair enough. So, someone in chat is saying on the last attempt, they should just milk the bonus timer. And yeah, if they have time to do that, these are basically Tims, though. So milking the timer is about a 3-minute operation.
Oh, yeah.
And it's only 5 points per Tim. You get more than that trying to make progress. But on your last life, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay, both of them are on stage 2. Both of them just trying to get one good push. Liz taking a death. That's gonna be fine. Honestly, it still is like either player's game.
Steve also took a death, and at this point, with 54 minutes on the clock, you have to imagine they're getting a little anxious about trying to stomp down a new high score.
Oh, for sure. Like, I haven't seen them typing at all in Discord recently, you know, they're just trying to get one good push.
Yes. And if Steve can land on that platform again and not yeet himself off, he'll take the lead, or he'll cement his lead, I should say.
But he's got one extra life, even with that death. It's just don't die early on, Steve. You need one good push. That's all you need in order to solidify a lead. And nope, 1342. Liz, one good push. Just do not die too early. The match isn't over. I know it's not over, Cadus. Wow.
Whew, Liz fell off, but fortunately that wasn't far enough for fall death. Oh, this is real close. Oh, 1400.
1423. I
That's
believe that is a lead change right there. Steve still has a chance of getting a push.
I don't think they're aware there was just a lead change either.
Oh, yeah, they aren't.
Liz is kind of talking like it's over. I don't think she realizes she just took the lead.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, though, unless they ask for a status check. The viewers are in the lead. Ah, heck yeah. I'd say that maybe. Yeah, it's not too painful to look at. It's kind of fun looking. It's like, it's a Pac-Man. Platforming Pac-Man. I'm glad that people have been enjoying this match, because this is not a good game. But you know what? What is a good game?
Not anything that we find here.
Yeah, true. Liz is reloading the game. Now, Szechuan Steve can still win. I still think it's doable. Even with that death right there. That was a huge fall, but so what? You know, it could still end up being just fine. just...
So,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, the trick here is going to be getting to level 2 with a full complement of lives, and then every attempt getting to the platform or beating the level.
Okay, Steve is through at level 1. Only 2 extra lives, though. I'm a little bit concerned that that might not be enough.
Yeah,
Liz,
Steve did lose a life.
Liz is having to do a push right now to get through. There we go. On to stage 2. Like, honestly, this is something that in the last few minutes, I would be shaking right now. I would be panicking. I definitely would be a lot more stressed out than the players look right now. Like, I think that even with all of the stress of, you know, everything dealing with, you know, everything is going to be determined off of this. What? He's through? Oh, no, he died.
So here's the thing. That may destroy his capability to get score.
What?
Wait, 2 looped? What did he do?
He died. He didn't get to the end.
Oh no! What did he hit his head on the... I don't know what happened.
I don't know. But Steve has 1 more life. Steve could actually move into the lead as long as he doesn't choke. Let's watch what Steve can do.
Did he get the... I don't have his audio on, so did he get the victory jingle and then die, or what?
I don't know. I think Steve just took the lead back. 1490.
What the... What is this game?
This is ridiculous. Okay. Liz has to beat this stage in order to have a chance at winning this match then. Welcome to Kusogr4nde. You never know until it's over.
I keep picking the stupidest games and they keep making the most epic races. It's got to be the runners and not me.
Yeah, probably. No, Liz! 11:23. I don't think there's a chance. Let's just watch what they can do for the last minute or so. I'm not going to end it quite yet. Let's just chill and enjoy the final minute of this beautiful video game. But I think it's fairly locked in that Szechuan Steve just grabbing a few of those pills on the first level was enough to push him over to first place. If Liz would have gone left on level 1 during that high score attempt, I think we would have had a different story.
Well, I mean, how many attempts have they put in? I would say at least 100. So are you going to go get the pills every attempt? You never know which one's going to be your PB.
I don't know. Steve has, Liz hasn't. And that might be the decider right there.
All right, I think we are about done.
Yeah, in 5 seconds, we are done. Thank you, Micro Power, for bringing us this beautiful game. That's time. Szechuan Steve, in the last minute and a half, took the victory. Liz Star, unfortunately, is eliminated, but that was a crazy final. That was nuts. It was so close.
Yeah, the ending of that was really tight.
Yeah.
That made a far better race than the game deserved, I think.
I don't know. What do games deserve? Always a question. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and see if they want to come join. And Liz is here. Hello there, Liz.
Hello.
And let me bring in Steve as well. Holy crap. This match was so tight.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. Wow.
It was, yeah.
Steve, I did not expect you to take the victory in the last minute and a half. That was...
Yeah, it went back and forth, apparently.
Oh,
wow,
yeah. Like...
That's crazy.
Honestly, it was very exciting. And I think that with 1 or 2 more playthroughs, it could have gone back to Liz. I don't know.
Probably.
I was hoping for one final push right at the end. I'm like, we have to like be coming up on the end, so then I just kept running into the spikes.
Yeah. Wow. I really enjoyed this though. Like, uh, I heard both of you singing praises to this game in Discord, saying that you loved it, that you were really enjoying it. Does that still hold up?
I think it's a fun game,
Okay.
but the fact
It's
that
really bad.
it's really brutal. The fact that like every single jump is basically frame perfect is a nightmare.
Yeah, that is really rough. I think that, I was talking with Tristan, and one thing that would actually make the jumps a little bit easier is if you line it up horizontally and then jump straight up, and while jumping up, hold the direction that you want to go after the vertical jump and keep holding
Yep.
jump, because that
Oh,
will,
So
yeah,
that would be nice.
Yeah,
So one thing I realized you could do is you can pause buffer, but I couldn't really. It was just this, the controls are still too slippery to make it work. But you could pause, then hold right and jump, and then unpause, and you would do the correct jump. But it was still tough to set that up.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Pause and then hold the button so that you jump at a
Right.
precise moment. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I do imagine that it's not super easy to set up, but it sounds like those buffers might actually make this somewhat playable. Not completely, but a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a very fair game at all.
No.
you said there were. I are there other versions like? I mean, it's an
Yeah.
Amstrad CPC game, so I assume.
Yeah, there's a couple of other versions, and they tend to control a little bit better. I specifically picked this one because it's
Well, of course.
yeah, it's this.
Oh yeah.
And I think it's my first Amstrad CPC game I played, so
Mine too.
I liked
Looking
the sound
forward to the
effects.
pass.
I would say it's my first one, but I didn't play it, so too bad. Yeah, Liz, I'm so sad you are eliminated.
out.
Steve will be moving on. I'm so glad you were able to come join us. Do you have
This
any
was a lot of fun.
Do you have any last words for your tombstone?
Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Oh yeah. Wow, that's a lie, but yeah, it's true.
Hey,
Yeah.
I had a feeling I was going to get knocked out this time. At least I had put in a better fighting chance than I did in my last match where I was just trumped. But GG, Steve, great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Carry on my legacy.
I will.
This was my first ever Kusogr4nde, so I'm really glad at least that I got to brackets.
Yeah, I forgot this was your first one. I was like, yeah, Liz has done Kusogr4nde plenty, she knows what's up.
Yeah, Brasentia was like talking about your Kusogr4nde history, and chat was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's just like everyone seems to think that I've been around longer than I have just because I've jumped so headfirst into bad game stuff with like Mega Man. And it's funny because all of my bad game speedrunning and everything, every single one of them I've done on a dare. So it's just by chance. But since I'm out, I've been told that I might be able to GM it. And I
Yeah.
think next Kusogr4nde I might try and GM instead of play, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I am definitely open to that possibility, Liz. We'll talk later, okay?
Thank you, friends.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve. Catch you both
you.
later.
See you later, Placentia.
Bye.
Bye.
Tristan, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and give a big thank you, by the way, for people who hosted and subscribed during the last match. We did have Nestmaster who showed up and hosted. Fricassee resubscribed. Thank you, everybody, so much for helping to support this. If you aren't able to, or if you don't want to help subscribe financially, honestly, just sharing the love and watching is plenty as well. So thank you, everybody who is here.